The Grand Council chamber unfolded before Captain Rebecca Hayes like a sanctuary sculpted from pure starlight. Vast crystalline arches rose overhead, refracting light into colors that didn't exist on Earth. Seated within their elevated alcoves were representatives of 12 alien species, civilizations that had crossed the void between stars long before humanity had mastered fire. At the very center of the chamber stood something that stole Rebecca's breath. A throne. Not merely ancient, but impossible. It appeared to exist in multiple dimensions at once, its form shifting subtly depending on how it was viewed. Reality seemed thinner around it. "Captain Hayes," said Ambassador Zrixthau, his chittering speech translated smoothly into English, "you are the first human to witness the seed of dominion. For 73,000 cycles, it has remained unclaimed." Rebecca stepped closer, her boots echoing softly across the crystalline floor. She felt a strange pressure in the air, like the silence before a storm. Archaeological records suggested the throne was built by the predecessors, a civilization that vanished nearly 2 million years ago, leaving behind only ruins and unanswered questions. "Why show this to me?" Rebecca asked. Her hand drifted instinctively toward her sidearm before she remembered all weapons had been confiscated at the chamber entrance. The Vorithian representative, an entity of living energy contained within a magnetic field, shifted colors, her translator identifying the display as amusement. "Because no species has ever approached within 10 meters of it. The throne rejects us. It rejects everyone. Observe." A young Krell diplomat stepped forward, his scaled body tense. At precisely 9.7 meters, he was hurled backward as if struck by an invisible force, collapsing in visible pain. "Every species encounters the same resistance," Zrix explained. "Our elders once believed it a weapon. But further study revealed something else." Rebecca narrowed her eyes. "What does it respond to?" "Neural patterns," Zrix replied. "It is searching. For something." "Searching for what?" Rebecca asked. "We do not know," Zrix admitted. "We have tested every sentient species known to the Council. None were accepted. When humanity made first contact 3 years ago, you became our final candidate." Rebecca felt her jaw tighten. "And if I fail?" "Then the mystery remains unsolved," the Vorithian replied, her colors shifting to deep violet, "respect." "But there is something else," Zrix added quietly. "The throne has never done what it is doing now." Rebecca focused fully on the artifact. Her breath caught. The throne was moving. Not dramatically, but unmistakably, rotating, degree by near imperceptible degree, turning toward her. "That's not possible," Rebecca whispered. "In 73,000 cycles," Zrix said softly, "it has never moved. Not once. Until you entered this chamber." Rebecca's thoughts raced. She was a starship captain, forged in the Outer Rim conflicts through tactical precision and hard decisions, not destiny or ancient prophecy. Yet the impossible was unfolding before her. "What happens if I approach it?" she asked. The council exchanged glances, a gesture that transcended biology. "We don't know," the crystalline representative admitted. "Then we find out." Rebecca inhaled deeply and stepped forward. 1 meter. 2. 5. Nothing happened. She crossed the 9.7 meter mark where the Krell had fallen. 8 meters. 7. The throne's rotation accelerated, tracking her precisely. 6 meters. Behind her, council members rose from their seats, various forms of breath quickening. 5 meters. The throne began to glow. Soft light pulsed through patterns that hurt to look at directly, as though the photons themselves didn't belong in this universe. "Captain," Zrix whispered, "we're detecting massive energy spikes. Whatever this is, it's awakening." 3 meters. Rebecca felt it then. A presence brushing her mind, not invasive, but curious. A question forming without words. 2 meters. The throne wasn't reading her biology. It was reading something deeper. The throne spoke, not in sound, but in pure meaning that bypassed Rebecca's senses and formed directly in her consciousness. Why do you persist? The question wasn't about her steps toward the throne. It was about humanity itself. Rebecca understood in that moment. The predecessors hadn't searched for the strongest species, or the most advanced. They were searching for a quality that transcended form. Because giving up isn't in our nature, Rebecca said aloud, her voice steady. We're stubborn. Curious. We refuse to leave questions unanswered, and we don't abandon each other to the void. She took another step. 1 meter. We've been knocked down 1,000 times, she continued. And we've stood back up every single time. The chamber exploded with light. When Rebecca's vision cleared, she stood directly before the throne, fully turned toward her. She knew, beyond logic, that she could sit upon it if she chose. But she didn't. I'm honored, Rebecca said, addressing both the artifact and the council. But I'm not a queen. And humanity doesn't need a cosmic crown. She met their gaze. We'll earn our place the same way we always have, through determination, innovation, and refusing to believe anything is impossible. The throne pulsed once. Warm approval washed over her like sunlight. Then the light faded. Slowly, the throne returned to dormancy. But everyone present understood the truth. It hadn't been searching for a ruler. It had been searching for a species that would refuse to rule. As Rebecca turned back to the council, she saw awe and relief in dozens of alien eyes. Well, she said with a faint smile, that was interesting. Now, about that trade agreement. In the ages that followed, historians would debate the meaning of that moment. But those who witnessed it knew the truth. Humanity had been tested, and passed, not through power, but through the courage to remain themselves before the unknown. The throne would never move again. It had found its answer. And humanity had found its place among the stars.